Don't mess with America.
Fresh questions about Russian cyber aggression has a lot of people wondering if the U.S. is prepared for more assaults on everything from election systems to the power grid. Megan Stifel is a senior fellow at the National Security Institute at George Mason and a former cybersecurity policy advisor for the National Security Council. But right now, the only title that matters, my guest on the Final Five. Megan, thanks for staying up with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I think the question a lot of people have when it comes to, regardless of where the cyber aggression is coming from, is the United States in a position where they have planned accordingly? Have they caught up to the times when it comes to protecting against cyber attacks?
Generally speaking, I think, yes, we are in a good position. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but I think as compared to 5 years ago or even 3 years ago, we're in a much stronger position as a country to manage these types of malicious activities in a more holistic and fulsome manner.
Yeah. I think when we've talked so much about Russia in different contexts over the last couple of years, it seems. What is the thing about Russia that has become such a boogeyman, I guess, for lack of a better word, when it comes to talking about their position and their potential attacks against the United States over time?
I think one of the more concerning aspects of Russian activity is the fact that it's what is sometimes considered to be sort of full spectrum. And by that I mean we're not just seeing intrusions into the electrical grid, but we're also seeing, obviously, as everyone I think knows, concerns about interference in the manner in which people used or the information that people received over social media.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, probing of state electoral systems, whether or not, I think at this point we don't think that there was an actual interference in the assessment and ballot counting. Nonetheless, the fact that there's evidence that malicious Russian engagement in probing these networks is obviously something that the United States does not want to turn a blind eye to.
Yeah. Megan, I know the president has taken a different tack when it comes to dealing with Russia. He said, his administration said they've been very tough on Russia so far, but he's also said it's been important to keep open lines of communication in the hopes of cooperating with Russia and Vladimir Putin moving forward. Is that, in your estimation, a good way to go moving ahead?
Certainly, I think keeping an open line of communication is important, but I think that communication also needs to be rather direct. Mm-hmm. We know that diplomatic channels offer an opportunity to be more demanding of our counterparts than necessarily we might be in public. And I would certainly hope that the diplomatic conversation is beyond direct at this point and is up to the point of demanding some serious responses from the Russian government. So open channels of communication are important, but there also need to be significant dialogue, both with Russia, but also with our partners and allies on how we're going to respond to this type of activity.
Excellent. All right, Megan Stifel, I appreciate you staying up late. I know that they're doing great work over at the National Security Institute, and thank you for joining me tonight. And we're back after this on the Final Five.